Agencies have sounded the alarm 6 years into a war that has left 80% of the population reliant on humanitarian aid. And once again, we start with a warning. Some of you may find images in this report distressing.
Nawal is 3 months old, but barely big enough to fit into a nappy. Her tiny body not much bigger than the hands keeping her alive. These pictures were shot in Yemen's capital by a team from UNICEF, which, along with the World Health Organization, the World Food Programme and UN Food and Agriculture Organization, is calling for urgent action. They say 2.3 million children, that's almost the population of Brisbane, are set to suffer acute malnutrition this year. 400,000 could die.
It shows that after years of conflict, the Yemeni people can't take it anymore.
If they do survive, the effects of malnutrition could last a lifetime. It damages a child's physical and mental development and is largely irreversible, condemning them to a life of sickness and poverty.
Your chances are already pretty poor when you're born into a country like Yemen, going into its 7th year of war. But then when you overlay it with the nutrition challenge and the fact that the health system has collapsed, you get a sense of the gravity of this situation.
For some, the challenges start before they're even born. It's estimated around 1.2 million pregnant or breastfeeding women will be malnourished in 2021.
We have 1 meal a day, sometimes 2, but often my husband and I don't eat at all, so that our children can eat.
The war has dragged on for 6 years, but there are signs of movement on the diplomatic front. The Biden administration will this week revoke the terrorist designation of Yemen's Houthi rebels. Last week, Mr. Biden appointed a special envoy to coordinate peace efforts and announced an end to weapons sales to the Saudi-led coalition.
While the bombs continue to drop on people's heads, organisations like Save the Children can't support the people of Yemen.
Add to the war, the pandemic, and a funding shortfall of more than $1 billion. This in a country where the World Food Programme notes that for every malnourished child, there's a family struggling to survive. Nick Wells,